so you will see the questions on my screen. So you can read the questions, but to answer, you need another device. So basically on your phone, go to kahoot.it and enter this game pin 2960176. And then it will ask you to enter your name. So you can put a nickname or you can put your real name, because we are going to identify winners. Maybe the winners might get some. So Samida from Wadia has joined. That's very nice, because my Wadia fellows are used to Kahoot. so you can basically just go to enter pin, enter this pin 2960176, and then enter your name. Now, those who not able to visualize or whatever, they can just put the answer in the chat box. They can still play. Okay. I'll give one more minute, because we have 70 participants and only 5 have logged in. So we'll give one more minute for people to start joining. So go to kahoot.it. You can see here, join at kahoot.it, or there is a Kahoot app also can be downloaded, but don't waste time in that. There's a QR code to, in fact, download the Kahoot app, but just go to kahoot.it and go to enter pin, and then enter this pin. So very simple quiz, just to revise what we actually discussed. Very simplified answers, and then I'll just make sure that people were paying attention. And we'll have 3 winners at the end. Maybe Swati can offer some prizes.
I'll give them perfect. 2 marks bonus.
Yeah, we can give bonus. If let's see, if the presenters are in the top 3, they'll get 2 marks bonus from Swati, okay?
From me?
From the examiners. Okay, we have 15 participants. I'm going to start without wasting time. Okay, 16, 17, 18. More people are joining now. That's great. Okay, so on your phone, where you're answering, you will just see color. Okay, so you just have to select the right color of the answer. Okay. And the question you will read on my screen, on the Zoom screen, but answer to the second device. Okay. If you try to do multitasking in the same device, there is a chance you might log off. Then you'll have to again log in, rejoin in. Then you might lose time in that. Okay. So perfect. So we have 26 participants. Okay. So I'm going to start. I'll read out the question and you get about a minute or 30 seconds to answer. Okay. So duplicate of extreme primary care. So time starts now. So the first question, delivery room or theater ambient temperature for the microperimeter delivery should be set at. So when you go for the delivery, you ask the OT to set a temperature or a delivery room, and that's very important. So what should be the temperature set for the delivery room? Is it 20 to 22 degree, 24 to 26, 26 to 28, and doesn't matter as long as baby is under warmer, it should not matter. So red is 22, blue is 24 to 26, orange is 26 to 28, and green is doesn't matter. So 23 people have answered already. Now there could be 2 answers. If you are getting a higher answer, I don't mind, but I have chosen only 1 correct answer, which we should try. Somebody is remaining to answer. 26 only have answered. Maybe 1 person is thinking, because there were 27, 28 logged in. Okay, I'm going to skip it. The correct answer is 24 to 19 people got it. That's good. Okay. Oh, no, in fact, 19 people got it wrong. So, in fact, I would give them also correct. 26 to 28 can be this thing, but that's really hot, especially in the OT. And that's why to negotiate, ideally, you should be at least 24 to 26. So as I said, the second answer correct was 26 to 28. So you guys are not totally wrong. Okay. So ideally, you should ask them to put higher, but if not, negotiate between 24 to 26 degrees. Okay. Next question is servo control temperature at birth. So if you're setting servo control on the warmer in the delivery room, what should it be set at? These are very basic things. So what should we set it at? Now this is very tight. 36.5 is red, 37 is blue, 37.5 is orange, and 38 is green. Okay, 5 seconds more. I'm going to skip the question soon. Okay. Again, many people got it wrong. Okay. Now, ideally for an extreme premi, and this is for the preterms we are talking. So you need to set it at 37.5 for the baby to have a normal temperature. At 36.5, you might get again. I mean, the question we can discuss about this later at the end. Let's continue with that. So only one person got it right. Okay. So you need to check in your guidelines, what you guys are recommending. And there is this controversy there. A lot of people actually set it at 36 or 36.5, but you might get a hypothermia in the delivery room. So you need to set it up at 37.5. Okay. Now, next one is initial FIO2 resuscitation for less than 20 weeks should be set at. So that should be easy. So what should be your starting FIO2 if you want to start resuscitating? Is it red is 21%, blue is 30%, orange is 40%, green is 100%. This should be easy. 2 more seconds. I've left 30 seconds for this because I thought everyone should answer. So all of them majority of them got correct. So 30% should be initial resuscitation, not air, but not 40 or not, definitely not 100%. Okay. The next question. If baby is born in the good condition, are you going to proceed with the delayed cord clamping? Oh, I think I have just, there's only 2 answers wrongly selected, but there's a perfect answer is only one. So the red is yes, always. Not blue is not at this gestation. Orange is yes, only if stable, and green no particular opinion. This is again to generate the thoughts. Okay, the evidence constantly change for this, and if you are aware of the recent Anup Katharia's trial, even if whether the evidence is suggesting for pro or against, then you might be able to answer it. 5 more seconds. Okay. Okay, so many people say yes always. So I have selected 2 answers. So you should always make an attempt to delay cord clamping in premi, because now they shown to have more stability, less chance of IVH, but only if stable is also correct answer, because if your baby is not in a good condition and you need to start resuscitation, then delayed cord clamping becomes the second priority. But you should always make an attempt to do that. Okay. Now cord clamping is yes for how long? That should be quick. I will only give 10 seconds to this. So red is up to 30 seconds, blue is 30 to 60 seconds, orange is 1 to 2 minutes, and green is 2 to 3 minutes. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so 30 to 60 seconds is an ideal time. So if you want to answer in exam, 30 to 60 seconds is what you choose to say. Now, what's most reliable way to check the heart rate immediately after birth for a 24-weeker? So red is, so what's the ideal way of checking the heart rate at birth at the time of delivery? So red is feel the umbilical cord, and that's the most rapid and easiest way. Blue is auscultate the heart sound and count for 6 seconds and multiply by 10. Third is orange is apply ECG leads to both shoulders and one on the thigh. And fourth is connect a pulse oximeter. So what's an ideal way and best way? What is the recommendation also from NRP? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Majority got it wrong. Okay. So I think this is where a lot of, centers are lacking. Even we are not able to do it. And we are trying to work towards it. So ideal way is ECG. You try and auscultate such small premies and try, count it, and it just delays things. So even NRP, your recommendation is to actually put ECG leads straight away. When the babies are born, when one person is trying to put an airway, second person is actually putting the SATS probe and the ECG leads. So you just need to put just 2 on shoulders, both the shoulders, 1 on the thigh. So that's actually the ideal way. But second best probably is auscultation. Okay. But pulse ox many times they will not pick up. feeling the umbilical, we should not try also. In this babies, a lot of time the pulsations are feeble, you may not hear, and you might untowardly start CPR. And we should avoid CPRs in such extreme premise. So ideally, you need to document it on the ECG, okay, or auscultate it. Now 24 week applied, admitted in the NICU after applied monitor. What should be the best way to start glucose? Again, this is very important. So what's an ideal and quickest way to start glucose? This is again just to stimulate you guys about the golden hour management, that sugar is so important. Within half an hour, babies can drop sugars to less than 40 or less than 30 also. Just 5 more seconds. 5, 4. So red is insert umbilical lines, blue is obtain peripheral IV, orange is give sucrose. Via umbilical lines are if inserted, give glucose gel to maintain the sugars. So I'm going to skip in 2 seconds. All right. So some people have corrected for glucose gel. Okay. So I don't think we should give glucose gel anytime. This was just a distractor. And the idea is here, I mean, two correct answers are there. Ideally, many centers go for straight away umbilical lines. They don't, because getting PIVs in such small babies might be tricky. So you straight away go for umbilical lines. But if there is a delay and if you're not ready and the staff is not skilled, sometimes it takes longer time and sugars might drop. So it might be safer to get a PIV first, start dextrose and then go for the umbilical line. There's no right and wrong answer here, but two are correct, but don't try giving glucose gel. Once the baby is stable and is in the incubator, what should be humidification level? So I asked this question. I think the answer given was 65%, which is not an option here. So I have written 80%, 85%, 90 and 95%. So what should be the starting humidification in an incubator? So those who have a humidifier, incubator in your center, they should be aware what should be the starting humidity. There are various guidelines for this. So red is 80%, blue is 85, orange 90, and green is 95%. Vadia fellow should answer this, and Surya fellow also should answer this. I'm not sure about other centers. I'm sure everyone should be aware of this humidification guidelines for the incubator. This is very applicable for the extreme premise. Okay, I'm going to skip in 2 seconds. Okay, so the answer is actually, so again, 80 is not wrong, but correct is 85 is recommended. You can keep arguing on this. I felt 65%, which was started, was low. So you basically start at 85. Sometime you only need to start, if the baby is 22, 23 weeker, you might need to start even 90% on day one. And then every day you reduce by 5%. So, and that's where, and then you don't need to give too much fluids, because if you give too much fluids, PDA might cause a problem. So you use, you don't need to give excessive fluids, because your humidity will decrease your insensible losses. So idea is to start a higher humidity and then come down gradually. 80 also would have been correct answer. So the 11 people have corrected 80 shouldn't feel disheartened. It's still okay. But idea is to start 80 or 85. Ideally 85. Last, I think, question. Last, first head ultrasound should be requested ideally in such extreme premise, 23, 24 weeker should be done on what day? Or is it day one? Or ideally within 72 hours, within first week, or as per the clinical discussion? So this could be again to answer, but what should be the best answer? It should be selected. Okay, 5 more seconds. Okay. So again, 12 people said within 72 hours, which is actually correct. But I was emphasizing that in a 24 weeker, you should ideally get an head scan on day one. The maximum chances of bleed are on day one. Now, many people might argue against it. They don't want to see, they don't want to handle. But a lot of time, you know, before going for full research, sometimes these babies might have got a big bleed sitting within 24 hours. The conversation and counseling might go in other direction. So again, you should be a bit proactive. But again, there is a lot of variation in every unit. So there might be people who may not be agreeing with me. They might say, don't see for 72 hours. So 72 hours is also correct answer. But ideally, you should look in first 1 or 2 days before concluding. So let's end. So let's see who won. So we got 3 top winner. Pranav was third, He got 6 right out of 9. Hema also was 6 out of 9, but she did it faster. And first was also 6 out of 9. RK. So I don't know who is RK. RK is the winner. RK can
None of
put up
them
his.
presented today, so I am safe. I don't have to give extra marks to anyone.
So RK can put his name in the chat box so that we know who's RK. So he got 6 out of 9, and maybe a couple of questions he might be controversial with me, so he might have got that correct as well. But idea was to stimulate you guys to think on these lines when you are dealing with extreme prematurity. Okay, so I'll stop this. Any questions or any comments from anyone? Otherwise, we can conclude the session.
This Kahoot was much appreciated, Dr. Kiran. I think it's a very nice way of having the MCQ session, and we'll try to have it again in the further sessions. So I think this is the end of today's session for FEED. Thank you so much for joining us. And next week.
Rajesh, any comments, Dr. Rajesh? Sorry.
Yeah, I enjoyed Kahoot. I also think that next time you should use it. I think. But I know I will talk to you about this in detail. Kiran.
Yeah, certainly. Yes. Good to see you, Dr. Rajesh. Yeah. So, any questions in chat?
Yeah. I don't think there are any. They're just very impressed with your Kahoot. So that should be, we should look forward to more Kahoot in the sessions to come. So at this stage, I think I could take the liberty to announce that next Wednesday, we are dropping the session for next Wednesday on occasion of Diwali. I wish all of you a very happy Diwali and a prosperous new year. And we meet again in the first week of November. So thank you very much. Sure. And I think we can end the meeting. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. Well done.
Bye. Bye-bye.